Previously on Eden.
She's just like, get over here!
And our story continues.
Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land, Jake of the One-Man Band is back again. Welcome back once again to Eden. Let's dive right in, shall we? I returned to the cottage after sunset, prepared dinner, and checked Shion's health after the meal. Just like I do every single day. It was an ordinary night. But we weren't playing Yahtzee or Apples to Apples or nothing like that. Except for one thing. We were playing Apples to... No, okay. After I finished Shion's checkup, Maya got a serious look on her face. And we could tell because her glasses were on. I want to talk. You tend to do that a lot already, but okay. Is how she broke the ice. To talk? What for? And what about? What for? She's a reporter. That's all the reason she needs. The wind was taken right out of her sails. Do you wish to discuss the root of all existence? Where we came from? Why are we here? It's one of life's great mysteries. Why are we here? And I'll let you guys figure out the rest. Nothing as lofty as that. Maya was already on the verge of tears. Wow! We didn't even do anything, and she already wants to cry. That's a talent, I think. The way Shion teased her was far harsher than I could ever manage. Never mind that! I just want my water. I don't even know where it is, but I'll get it later, it seems. She shouted, half in tears. I'll just lay it out in the open. I want to interview you more. I still have things I want to ask you. I don't want to leave yet! That's what she's saying. I know. That's cruel! Yeah, that's why Shion's pretty freaking awesome. Shion idly gazed at Maya, who sniffed as she spoke. Ro, make some tea. Got it! Is that green tea, Earl Grey, blue jasmine, whatever other teas are out there? Although Shion teased her, she did seem too intent to talk with her. I quickly some black tea! I prepared some black tea and sat down in front of Shion and Maya. The two were seated across the table from each other. And then I just stood there like a bouncer in a club. I'm just gonna watch this, see what happens. I stood a short distance away from the table. Why are you here, Shion? It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it? Why are we here? Maya got the ball rolling just as Shion reached for her cup. To be precise, the Shion you and many others picture in your mind no longer exists. Shion answered that sudden question sleekly and without agitation. The person who resides here is a relic of the being you all once called Shion. That's not an answer. Yeah, it is. It's a pretty good answer. It's metaphorical, but it's true. Shion sipped a mouthful of tea. Shion, you're the one who gave hope to mankind when all we could do was wait for the end. There were also people I drove to despair, and people who believed they'd be better off dead if they had to leave this planet. The fact that you saved the lives of billions is a fact. However, Maya got remarkably close to Shion's face. Isn't there anything more you could do for the world? Sometimes, you've made your contribution. I'll see you in heaven. Sometimes that's the fact of life. No. An immediate reply? It sounds you've pondered, it's something I've pondered many a time. All I did was design the colony ship's engines. I wouldn't know what to do with them once they've taken off. The evacuation project isn't over, and yet you're here in this place. Are you okay with that? You're the one who told me I was pronounced dead. That means I was no longer needed. I'm sure they could fit in just about I'm sure you could fit in just about anywhere if you put your mind to it. The project may end, but there must be a pile of things that need to be done to ensure mankind's survival in space. Yeah, but she can't do those things. She isn't an expert in everything. Come on, you gotta let other people have the spotlight. When that time comes, what's your... with your cooperation, I see. I guess we never made it clear to you. We are here to stay and to die. That's what we are gonna do in this cabin. Shion. My voice was more chiding than I intended, but Shion shook her head slightly and spoke. I have little time remaining. I am dying, you see. Nearly all the other Felixes have died. Elika, who collected and analyzed our colleagues' clinical data, informed me that I didn't have long to live. But you look so healthy. I mean, sure, you look ill at times, but I can't believe your death. Maya said in a feeble voice before removing her glasses. I could see that her hands were shaking ever so slightly. Even I don't know when the end will come, just like everyone else. Then Shion tilted her head gently and smiled. I wonder which will come first, the end of the world or my death. That's what we're all thinking. That's what we all think, Shion. Maya slammed her fist on the table and bit her lip. You seriously intend to stay behind on an ending world? Yeah. I mean, it's on my bucket list. Expelling everyone into space, living on a nice, quiet, uninhabited world. Maybe that's what I was after all along. Just so I could get some peace and quiet! But that's insane. I totally didn't read that because I pushed the button twice, so can we go back? No? Okay. I may have longed for nothing. I've lived for 100 years. I had so very many times things I have to get done, and I've accomplished them all. That's why it's fine by me if I just simply died. Let's see. Die? Then you won't be able to meet that Miss Elika person. Well, yeah, kinda I will. She's already dead. Shion smiled and did not answer her. She drank her black tea with a smile on her face. Let's just see if Maya can figure this one out. Maya? You tell her to, Haruna. Tell her to what? To go? I can't do that! She is an independent woman. She can do whatever she wants. Maya glared at me with resentment as tears formed in her eyes. Nobody can change Shion's mind. Anyone recognizes Shion for who she has become. Who she is because she has a strong will which bends to no one. Isn't that right? But waiting here for her final moments? It's so lonely. And that's for Shion to decide as well. She wants to decide how she goes. She must have been wishing for Shion not to die from the bottom of her heart. She must have wanted Shion to live in the new world she guided everyone to. Even I understood how she felt. You have a future, Maya. The future that Elika, the other Felixes, and many others helped to create. I want you to live. I want everyone to live. Shion... No more words. No more words. Maya's voice trembled as she said Shion's name. When Shion said everyone, she wasn't counting herself. I dare say she already considered herself dead. And I was sure Maya already knew that too. There you go. There we go. That's all that needed to be said. Now we are sleeping. I set my gun beside my pillow and flopped onto my bed. Time to go to sleep. Though I couldn't be sure that Maya had come to terms with it afterwards, she backed off. Maya truly had come to love Shion. I understood her desire not to leave Shion alone, so I couldn't be very hard on Maya either. Be that as it may, there was ultimately no path left for Maya but to leave this place. But a question mark appeared above my head. Is Solid Snake around? What was that just now? It was like a chill that just passed through me. Why? Why is that? Did I leave the window open again? It was making me nervous. I grabbed my gun and stood up. Nothing seemed particularly abnormal when I looked out the window. I listened carefully, but nothing stood out. What is it? The very moment I heard a faint noise, I gripped my gun and ran from the room. What's going on? Sean? Though the ground was warm, these mountains were cold in their own right at night. What are you doing out? You're gonna catch your death of cold, young lady! Sean, who stood outside the cottage, seemed to be trembling slightly. Did you notice it as well? I'm not quite sure what it might be, but I'll check it out. So get inside. Pull the covers over your head. They can't get you if you're under the covers. I want to be here. You must be cold. Go to where Maya is. Go to where she is. She seems to be asleep. It's been a long day for her. Wake her up if you have to. Just be by her side. If something happens, don't worry about me and run. Shion unexpectedly squeezed my hand. I could feel the sensation of her warm, gentle touch on mine. Shion, don't make me tell you again. Is there anywhere safer than by your side? Touché, Shion, touché. Her tone was so indifferent, I couldn't tell whether she was serious or joking. I am honestly a huge coward. I couldn't help but feel anxious if Elika wasn't constantly by my side. But you protected me. You don't just say you will. You truly continue to protect me. Shion looked up at me with those great big eyes of hers that could stare into my soul. They contained no insecurity or instability. Within them appeared to dwell nothing more than a deep trust for that which they gazed upon. Me! Although, like the eyes of a young child, almost like a young child looking up at her mother. I'm not your mother! Nothing scares me anymore because you're here, Ryo. You're the one who protected me this day. Who protected me to this day. Then she looked away. She gazed into the trees and at the mountains obscured by darkness. It's coming. Bigfoot? Slender Man? The Rake? What is coming? And whispered that single phrase. The flutter of birds flapped their wings all at once can be heard in the distance. Birds. In the moment it happened, there seemed to be pandemonium all over the mountain. That had arrived. What is that? A storm? I held Shion close, almost on reflex. Did I get her fast enough? Or had the shockwave, once fiercely shook the air, been first? I couldn't tell. What kind of shockwave was it? I felt the impact for just a brief moment. I opened my eyes and listened closely. I turned all my senses to pay careful attention to my surroundings. What happened? I would protect the tiny body I held in my arms with all that I had from anything that would try to hurt her, even if it was an asteroid. Which I'm pretty sure was what happened, or I don't know. No, that wouldn't make sense. They would have saw the shriek, but whatever. When the long, long moment passed, Shion took a small breath. Yo? I wonder what that was just now. Yeah, I'm curious too. What the heck happened? The shockwave had passed through didn't seem to have caused any physical damage. It's like something exploded off in the distance. It would be no laughing matter if it was an explosion. I don't think it was nuclear, at least. Nah, we would see the mushroom cloud coming up. There'd be some fallout. There is no way there were any idiots carrying around nuclear weapons now that the majority of humanity had left the world. Or maybe they're just shooting random places with nukes, you know, for funsies. I made no sense of a militaristic or political stance. I couldn't imagine there would be any nuclear tests going on. There's no telling without investigating it on site. But I doubt it was man-made. I'm sure of it. It's part of the beginning of the end. So, the world is now starting to understand, oh, I am dying. I'm having dying pains. Okay. End of the world. It seems so devastating. I'd seen some devastating omens while I was running around battlefields and on our journey here from the research facility. But this was something else. I guessed it was about time some signs manifested. By the way, Rio. Yes? What? It's kind of hard to breathe. Oh. Sorry, I'm kind of crushing you. Shion's face turned bright red as she said that in my arms. Once I realized I was probably suffocating her, I quickly let go. Sorry, you know, just wanted to protect. Not at all. She shook her head slightly. Thanks. No need to thank me. It was just a labor of love. Is all. Of love. That came out wrong. Let me rephrase that, please. Shion's breathing had already returned to normal, but she was still blushing. Maybe I could tell she was red so clearly because she was so pale to begin with. So, about Maya. She has to go, because, you know, world ending now. Right. She should be awake now. She'd have a real piece of work to sleep through that. Pretty sure I could sleep through that. I've slept through practically everything. You're being, unexpectedly considerate. To who? Never mind. She glanced at me and brushed away the hair from her shoulders. I was referring to that. I mean sending Maya home. Huh? I told her to head out by tomorrow, but I take it back. I don't know what happened, but we'd be better off seeing how things go for the next 2 or 3 days. If nothing happens, then she should hurry on her way. Yeah, that's true. It wouldn't weigh well on my conscience if she died midway. That'd be terrible. Also, you should escort her. Understood. I can't take her all that far, though. If something like this were to happen closer to the cottage, I mean, I wouldn't be there to save Shion. I mean, that would be bad. With that thought in mind, I couldn't afford to stray very far from Shion. Or would it be safer to bring her along? Come on, dude, come on. With her medical conditions, no. No. Take her far away. Shion? What are you saying? She looked at me, her face expressionless.
遠くまで
Far away.
そう
Yes,
宇宙航
all
空
the way
ま
to
で
the spaceport.
何を言ってるんだ。
Sorry about that cut there. I just had to take care of some things on the computer side. What are you saying?
今までありがとう
Thank you for everything you've done for me, Rio.
ここまで
For indulging my
私のわ
whims
がままに
thus
付き合
far.
ってくれて
She wants us to leave. Of course she does. She wants us to live! I'm asking you to clarify. The part of me trying to remain as calm as possible was still in the lead. The Rio Haruna, who used to be a soldier, had surfaced and was trying to analyze the situation in a collected manner. I'm
終わ
saying
りということ
this is the end.
亮もマヤと一緒
Head
に
to the
港
port
へ
with
行って
Maya. Free
終わ
yourself
る
from
世
this
界から
ending
抜け
world.
出すの
What if I don't wanna?
なぜだ。
Why? Oh, look at that face. Look at that smile. She's like, yeah. And an indistinct smile rose on her face. In the dark of the night, she alone seemed to be the only point of light.
私はエリカの代
I
わりが欲し
wanted
かった
a replacement for Elika.
亮は
In Rio,
贖罪を果た
you
したか
wanted
っ
to
た
atone. You wanted a chance to atone for the sins
罪じゃ
from
な
your
いと私
childhood.
は思うけど
Not that I
償
considered
うチャン
those
スに
acts
欲
a
しかった
sin.
お互いを誰かの
Both
代
of
わりに見
us
立てた家族ごっ
pretended
こ
we're
を
a
ここまで
family to replace someone we lost.
こん
We
な
have
に
to
残
put
った
an end to this twisted relationship of ours. It's unhealthy, to be honest.
放っておいても終わるだろう
I'm
け
sure
ど
it will end even if I left
間に合
alone,
わなくな
even
って
if
る
left
かもしれな
alone.
い
But by then, it might be too late.
俺はここを出るつもり
You
は
know
ない
I have no intention of leaving, right? I want to die in these mountains. I was raised in
私
them.
もそれでいい
I,
と
w-
思った
I was fine with things that way too.
本当は
Truly,
あなた
I
に
even
いて
believe I
ほしい
wanted
と
to
すら思って
stay.
いた
I even wanted you to stay with me.
マヤが来なかったら
If Maya hadn't come along, I may have remained selfish to the very end.
でも
But
マヤと同じ
you
よ
have
う
a
に
future, just
亮
like
には未
Maya.
来がある
A long, long future is
名前のない
waiting.
未来が待っている
And I found myself thinking,
目をそら
you
してはいけない
mustn't
と思っ
avert
たの
your eyes to that fact.
だから亮は
That's
行か
why
な
you
くちゃ
have
い
to
けない
go to a place where you can make a future for yourself.
俺にはもう戻る場
I
所
don't
なんてな
have
い
anywhere to go back to. This was the one place I could go back to. Her words, so full of conviction, grated at my nerves.
裏切り
I betrayed the military, turned a gun on my partner, and I couldn't protect my sister. I let Elika die, and even the major is gone. There's no one left for me to go to. And even if I go, I'll just be arrested. I have nobody left. Nothing left to achieve, and nothing left to protect.
俺はどこにも行かない。
I'm not
行きたい
going
場所なんてありはしない
anywhere.
んだ。
There isn't a single place in existence I want to go either, so
求めるものは
what you
場所で
seek
あっても
doesn't have to be a place.
あなたが
What
本
you
当
should
に
really
求める
pursue
べ
is a
きは
future
未来で
and
あ
a
る
dream.
希望で
それこそ
Nothing like that exists for me. I've thrown everything away for you, do you
生
understand?
きてさえいれば
You'll find a
大
way as
抵の
long
こ
as
と
you're
はどうに
alive.
かなる
Besides, you're strong.
俺の力は
My strength only exists to
君を守る
protect
ためだけにあ
you.
る
My whole existence is you. That's what I'm getting at. Don't decide that on your own. Is that okay? It's just the screen. Shilin remained utterly calm. And gently rejected my
終わりを
opinion.
避けることはできない
The end cannot be
だ
avoided.
けど
However,
ここで終わ
you
る
mustn't bring your own life to an end
自分で
here.
区切ってはダメ
区切ってるわけじゃない
I'm not. I choose to protect you. You should know that.
ダメ
No.
私を
Don't
現実
turn
から
me
逃げる言い
into
訳
an
にしな
excuse
い
for you
で
to run away from reality.
違う
You know, she actually isn't wrong. If I stayed here, then someday in the not too distant future I would die. It wasn't as if I doubted that in any way.
俺は死に場所を
I'd like to pick the place I die. No.
いや
I've already chosen.
俺は
No. Your death
亮
is
が
a
死ぬ
long,
のは
long
ずっと
way
ずっと
away.
先
You,
食材
you've
を果たした
atoned,
のだから
so it's time to
次
move
に
on.
進める新しい始ま
Find
り
a
を
new
見つけて
beginning, Rio.
亮
there's surely a place that needs
あなたを必要とす
you.
る場所だから
This is goodbye. Look, dude, she's trying to save your life. I get that. And I get, like, Ryu's argument. But it's like, which one is actually the one we should go for? I don't know. Goodbye. Though her tone was calm, it contained a strength which would allow me to refuse. That wouldn't allow me to refuse, that is. Shion had her mind set on how her days would end, the same as I had. That was what I thought, but I couldn't say it aloud. I thought she had committed to this long ago. If there was anything I could say right now, there might be no point in asking her this now, but I had to say it. I clenched my fists and opened my mouth.
俺は
What am I to
君
you?
にとって何だったんだ。
What am I? Who am
そうやっ
I?
て簡単にさよならを言ってしまえるような。
Do I mean so little to you that you can say goodbye like that so easily?
違う
No. Her voice echoed with dignity, and she shook her head over and over again.
とても短い間だった
Though it is an extremely short time,
寮に手を引か
I was led by your hand, protected by your back, and was able to live in
私
peace.
は静かな時間を過ごす
That
ことができ
was
た
likely something nobody but you could do.
寮だから
I feel this way because you're you, and I'm saying goodbye because you're you.
あなただから
You know the saying, if you truly love something, you should let it go? It's what this is right here.
マヤが来てくれて
I'm really glad Maya came. I was held prisoner by this life, which was like a dream to me,
目の前の夢のような時間に
and
囚われて
nearly did something irredeemable.
寮を求める
My feelings for you
強くなり
grew too strong, and I lost sight of something even more important. My life. My freedom. Shion's lips trembled a little. It was just like that time, just like that time when she said goodbye to Elika. However unmoving, I could still sense the intense emotions just beneath her face.
お願いだから
I'm begging you, please, understand.
私の願いを
Understand my wish. Oh no, she's crying! No, not the crying! I can't stand the crying! Please! A string of tears trickled down her cheeks and glistened under the moonlight.
あなたを死な
I
せ
don't
たく
want you
な
to
い
die! Her tears would not stop. Oh no, why the crying? I can't take the crying! The feelings which poured from her continued to soak her pristine white cheeks.
シオン
Shion.
私は
I lived my life so I could protect everyone,
生きてきた
but now it's for you and only you.
ただ
My one wish is for you to live.
それが
Is that really what you
君の願い
want?
なのか。
I think it is. Shion silently nodded and wiped her face with those tiny hands of hers. She bit her lip and rubbed her cheeks over and over again. The tears will eventually go away! I could see the determination on her face, now dirtied by the traces of her tears.
勝手なことばっかり言って
Sorry to put this all on you, but
でも
this is the last time I
これが
will...
最後のお願いになるから
This is the last thing I will ever wish for. Shion whispered that and looked up at the sky. Beyond that sky, where the moon and that red star shined, laid the future she had created. But there was a place for me there as well. Could there be? Maybe. Maybe. But was her wish that I find somewhere new that I belonged and lived on? That's what she said, bro! What she said was most likely right. In which case I fade to white. And just like that, I'm gonna have to end the episode here. This episode's gone on for a little while. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and be sure to like and favorite if you did enjoy, subscribe if you feel inclined to. Check out some other videos that I've done. I do a lot of them. And until next time, I'll see you guys next time I'm out there in YouTube land. Be a good person, tip your waitresses, keep moving forward. I'll see you then.